This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to share with you this amazing new roulette system called Estonian Roulette. It's so amazing. One of my subscribers, KK, says it is undefeated. It has never lost, and he said he's made so much money recently that he has been paying for trips, and every time he goes, he has a lot of money to spend from what he made at the casino. So I can't wait to see if that's true, and we're going to put his system today up against Play Like a Pro in a head-to-head matchup. 15 minutes of play time each. Let's go ahead and get started with Play Like a Pro first, and then we'll get into Estonian Roulette. And we need 2 to bet against to start Play Like a Pro. And we have 2 odd, and that's the 25 and the 35, and we have 2 19 to 36. So we could bet 1 to 18 or even. Let's go ahead and start with even for 10. We'll start the timer for 15 minutes, and here we go. Let's see what we get. And that's definitely a loss to start with the 00. And again, when I use Play Like a Pro, if I hit 0 or 00, I do not increase the bet. So we're just going to repeat that bet at $10 again and spin. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. That is a 16 red. And that's a win. So you can see the reason we haven't made profit yet is because of the 0 and or 00 there that we just hit. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. So we need just one more spin to have 2 fresh numbers so that we can use Play Like a Pro to make our next bet correct. And let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. So now we have 2 even numbers, and let's go odd for 10. We're going to go against the last 2 that are consecutive, 2 in a row. And that's a 26 black. That's a loss. Let's go ahead and double the bet. Okay, now we'll have a $20 bet on odd. And I use this a lot in the casino, and it is a very good system. That's a 7 red. All right, that's a win. So we need a new bet. We're up $10. And we need to spin without betting. We don't have 2 to bet against. Again, that's red, black, odd, even, 1 to 18, and 19 to 36. And let's spin one more time. We still don't have it. And that's very rare. Almost every time there's always 2 in a row of something. And right now it is evens. So let's go ahead and start with odd for 10. You can see we're up $10. And let's go ahead and spin here. We're 2 minutes in out of 15. That's a 32 red. That's a loss. Let's go ahead and double the bet from 10 to 20 on odd. And let's see if we can get a win here. Basically what this is doing is giving us a 2 head start in the progression. And let's go ahead and double again on odd. So now we're having a $40 bet on odd. We started at 10, then we went to 20, now we're at 40. And we lost again. That's a 28 black. So you can see the last odd number was the 7 red down there. Let's double again from 40 to 80. And here we go. That's a 26 black. Excuse me, and we're going to need to double again. But here's the cool thing about Play Like a Pro is this would be a $620 bet on odd if we did not use Play Like a Pro. So let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a win here. And that's a 26 black. So we would have just busted with normal martingale if we had that many in a row of what we're betting against. You can see that 7 red way down there at the bottom. But since we're using Play Like a Pro, we still have 2 more chances to get the win. So let's do that. And look at that right there, 5 red. So that's the wisdom of Play Like a Pro. Now let's go ahead and get one more fresh spin in there so we have 2 to bet against. And that's a 12 red. So now we can go black or 19 to 36. Let's go black for 10. And let's go ahead and spin here. That's a 34 red. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and double again, 10 to 20. And I've been in Orlando all week at the PGA Merchandise Show, which was pretty cool again this year. That's a 21 red. Let's go ahead and double the bet again from 20 to 40. Got to play a lot of good golf and really nice climate this week too, which was a nice change from the Midwest. And let's go ahead and double again from 40 to 80. We're still on black. And then we'll see when the last time a red number hit here. I'm sorry, a black number hit. That was a red 14. So you can see it's all the way down there where the 26 black is. So we're going to double again to 160, but you need to realize that if we were not using Play Like a Pro, this would be a $640 bet, not a 160 bet, because look how many times in a row we've had red numbers. So keep that in mind, and let's see if we can get a win. That's a 17 black. And there we go. We got the win. We're up 30 now. And the last two are 1 to 18. So let's go 19 to 36 for 10. And we're 5 minutes in out of 15 with Play Like a Pro. That's an 8 black. And that's a loss. So let's go ahead and double that bet. All right. We went from 10 to 20. We're on 19 to 36. And that's a double zero. And again, the thing that I do different than a lot of people is if I hit 0 or double zero, I do not increase the progression. I take a slight setback, and it is worth it because almost always when you bust playing roulette, a 0 or double zero has been involved. Okay, now that's a win there, and you can see it set us back to 20. Now we need to get a fresh spin in here. And then, because you can always get back on track and start making profit again, but protecting your bankroll is always really important. And let's go ahead and go even now. The last two are odd. Let's start making some money again. Okay, that's a 5 red. That's a loss. So we'll go ahead and double from 10 to 20. On even, we still have plenty of time to make some good profit here, but we're protecting the bankroll in the meantime. And there's another loss with a 0. And again, when I hit 0 or double zero, I do not increase the progression. So we're going to stay at 20 on even. And again, it'll give us a little bit of a setback, but that's okay. Because like I said, almost always when you bust, there's a 0 or double zero in that progression. Okay, you can see it set us back even further. So let's put a new bet down. But first we need to spin and make sure we have 2 to bet against. I'm okay having this little bit of a setback because zeros can wreck your roulette at any time. And let's go ahead and go red for 10 now. We can build it back up. We're only 7 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 19 red. That's a win. Let's build up our profit. And the last two are odds, so let's go even for 10. And I think we're due for a roll. Let's see if we can get on a roll here and make some money. That's a 7 red. That's a loss. So we'll double that 10 to 20. And when you're doing this, you're always picking up profit. And once you get the win, you're always establishing a new session profit. There's a win there. So now we're back up to 30 where we were. Now let's get ahead. We're going to go 19 to 36 because the last two are 1 to 18. And here we go. That's a 14 red. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and double the bet. Okay, now we have a $20 total bet on this one. There we go. That is a 17 black. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and double again from 20 to 40. Let's see if we can see a high number here. And here we go. There we go. That's a 26 black. So now all of a sudden, we're up 40. And with each win, we're picking up profit. We'll go red now for 10. We'll bet against the 2 black numbers that just hit. And we're 8 minutes and 22 seconds in out of 15. That's a 29 black. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and double that. All right, now we'll have 20 on red. Here we go. That's a 33 black, so that's another loss. Look at all those black numbers, but that's okay. We're going to go from 20 to 40 on red, and here we go again. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're up 50 now. You can see we're continually picking up profit. And we'll be on 1 to 18 now because there's actually more than 2 19 to 36 in a row. And that's a 16 red. That's a win. Now we're starting to pick up some profit. We're up 60. We can go odd or black either way. Let's go ahead and go black for 10. Here we go. 9 minutes, 20 seconds in out of 15. And that's a loss with a 9 red. So we will double that from 10 to 20 and spin again on black. Here we go. Say 34 red. Okay, and that's a loss. Let's go ahead and double again from 20 to 40, and let's see if we can see a black number. And not yet. Okay, another red run is happening, and let's double to 80.
No more bets.
And here we go again. Let's see what we get here. And it's a 34 red. Another loss. But remember, on this next one, we would be at 640, not 160, if we were not playing Play Like a Pro. So let's see if we can get a black number here. That's a 3 red. So guess what that means? That means we would have busted if we were playing regular martingale. So we're going to double again. Now we have 2 extra chances to hit black because we're using Play Like a Pro. Look at that. It saved us. That just shows you right there the importance of using Play Like a Pro. We're up 70. And let's go even now since the last 2 are odd. And here we go. That's a 15 black. That's a loss, so we'll double. 10 to 20 and spin again here. That's a 28 black. And that's a win. So let's check our balance. We're currently up $80. So now the time to find another bet. You can see again we're up 80. We'll be on red for 10. The last 3 are black, and 3 to bet against is even better than 2. And that's a win. That's a 36 red. Fantastic. We're up 90 now. So now the profits are starting to add up. I know we had a little bit of a setback because we had those zeros. We had more than 1, and now we're going to be on 1 to 18 since the last 2 are 19 to 36. Here we go. And make sure you stick around for Estonian Roulette. Again, one of my subscribers, KK, says it has never lost. And he's just raking in the cash. So let's see if that's right or not. We're going to double from 10 to 20. And I can't wait to test his new system out. That's a 25 red. Okay, so it dropped us back a little bit. But guess what? When you're playing Play Like a Pro, once you get a win, you always establish new profit levels. That's a 32 red. Another loss. All right, let's go ahead and double.
No more bets.
Here we go. Look at that. So we're not going to increase the progression because we hit 0. So we're going to bet again at 80 on 1 to 18. And we lost again. Okay, so now we'll double because we didn't hit 0. Now we're on 160. That's a 28 black. And that's another loss. So we have 2 more chances here. And if you look, the last 1 to 18 was the 15 black way, way down there on the bottom. Okay, so we have 2 more chances to hit the 1 to 18 because we're playing Play Like a Pro. And look at that, we did it. So if we were playing normal martingale, we would have busted. But instead, we actually got the win there. However, that 0 did cost us some more. So when that happens, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to reset if you're high in the progression with the 0. But let's go ahead and let's try to get 2 wins, but let's switch the bet. So we'll go red for 160 now. Don't normally do that, but if you sit out on a 0 high in the progression like that, you might have to try to get 2 wins in a row. So let's do that. And we got it. That's a 34 red. Okay, so that gets us back up again. Then you resume normal play like a pro. Okay, odd for 10, and let's spin. So if we hadn't sat out on that 0, we would have still been up a good amount. But at the same time, that could have saved us from losing our entire bankroll. So that's a judgment call that you'll have to make sometimes. And it looks like we're about to run out of time here. That's a 17 black, and that's a win. So we ended up 30 with that, with Play Like a Pro. That's just because we had to quit right at 15 minutes. But it's a very consistent system. However, it can lose like any other system if things go bad. But test it out for yourself if you haven't tried it yet. Or if you have even tried it, try and test it out again and share your results with everyone in the community. Let them know what you think of Play Like a Pro. But now, I can't wait to share with you this new system by KK. He says he's never lost with this. This is called Estonian Roulette. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Estonian Roulette by KK. I cannot wait to share this with you. Again, he says he's never lost with this system, and he's just cleaning up the cash every single time he plays. Let's go ahead and go through the rules of this, and it's a combination of different systems all in one, and I'm going to show you how that works. So you're actually going to be looking at 6 different bets: the first 12, second 12, third 12, and first column, second column, third column. You need at least 3 in a row to place your first bet. And right now we have the 17, the 18, and the 34. Obviously none of those, actually, let me see, make sure. Actually, none of those are in the first 12, so we can start with that one. Whoops, let me change those to $10 units. Okay, so let's start with a $10 bet in the first 12. The timer's set, and we're going to be using all 6 of those 12 number bets basically. And there's a win to start, so we're already up 20. Now we're going to be looking at the last 3 again. We have a 6, a 17, and an 18. So those are not included in the third 12. So let's start there. However, if the first, second, and third 12 are not meeting those criteria, then we go to the columns. So let's go ahead and spin again here. And that's a 3 red. But there's a lot more to this, so stick around because things are going to change. And now we're going to have a $20 bet on third 12 after we originally had a $10 bet. And that's a 0, so that's definitely a loss. So now we're going to have a $30 bet on third 12. Okay, so we're looking at all 6 of the bets with 12 numbers in them. And there's a 34 red, and that's a $60 win. So you can see now we're at $50. And now we're looking at the 34, the 0, and the 3. The problem with that is since that 0's in there, with this system you need 3 in a row that are not zeros. So let's go ahead and get that, and that's a 2 black. So let's do one more spin, make sure we have 3 in a row that are not in a 12 or a column. Okay, so it's time to bet again, and it looks like the second 12 is not included in those last 3. But again, there's a lot more to it than that. Let's go ahead and spin. I'll keep sharing with you the other aspects of this. And that's an 8 black. That's a loss. We're going to go from 10 to 20 on second 12. Here we go. That's a 20 black, and that's a win. Fantastic. So we're up 80 now. Let's look at the last 3 again. It looks like the last 3 leave out the third 12 because we have the 8, 11, and the 20. None of those are in the third 12. Now here pretty soon I'm sure we're going to have to go to the columns. But again, there's a lot more to it than that, so just make sure you watch the whole thing. That's a 19 red. And let's go ahead and we'll go from 10 to 20 on third 12. He says this is a 2,000, just one second, $2,310 bankroll. So that's an interesting number. But so we're going to go from 20 to 30 now. Let's go ahead and spin. That's a double 0. That's definitely a loss. So now we're going to go to 50 on third 12.
No more bets.
Here we go. But remember, having a higher bankroll and smaller starting units is why a lot of systems don't fail and or have a less chance of failing. And we're going to go to 80 now.
No more bets.
After 50, and let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 31 black. That's a win. Okay, so now we're up $130, and this system rewards you, and we need to spin one more time here to get rid of that 0, but this system rewards you for taking greater risks further in the progression. And now we have an 18, a 31, and a 16. The first 12 is not in any of those, so let's go ahead and start there. Again, if the first, second, and third 12, first 12, second 12, or third 12 do not qualify, we're going to go to the columns. So stick around for that as well. Let's go ahead and spin with $20 bet now. We're 4 minutes in out of 15. That's a 29 black. Okay, that's a loss at 20, so we're going to go to 30.
No more bets.
Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 22 black. That's a loss, so we're going to go to 50 now. Let's go ahead and spin here, and you can see this is a modified form of Fibonacci mixed with Play Like a Pro, and a few other aspects which I'm going to go over. So we're going to go to 80 now. And one of the modifications with you're going to see versus Fibonacci 12 is it doesn't start out 10, 10, 20. It starts out 10, 20. So that's one of the aspects, and there's a win. Now we're up $180, and let's look at the last three numbers again. We have a 14, a 22, and a 7. None of those are in the third 12. So let's go ahead and start there. We're 5 minutes in out of 15. And Estonian Roulette by KK. And there's another win. Okay, we're up $200 now. The last three numbers now include all three. So now it's time to go to the columns. So let's see if there's a column that doesn't have 31, 7, and 14. Okay, so let's check that out. And there we have C7's in the first column, 14's in the second column, and 31 is in the first column. So guess what? The third column is not included in any of those last three numbers. And that's at 18 red. Look at that, we hit it right off the bat, and now we're up 220. Now we have an 18, a 31, and a 7. So obviously the first 12, second 12, and third 12 are included in all those three, so we can't select those. So let's look at that 7, 31, 18. So the 7 and the 31 are in first column, and the 18 is in the third column. So guess what we bet on? The second column, because it is not included in those last three numbers. Let's go ahead and spin here. So there's aspects of Play Like a Pro. There's aspects of Fibonacci 12 modified. There's another win. Fantastic. We're up 240 now. So now we have 2, 18, and 31. Again, first 12, second 12, and third 12 are all included in that. So we have 2, 18, 31. That's second column. If you look at that, that's third column. And 31, 18, and 2. So 2 is second column, 31 is first column, and 18 is, so none of those are included either. So we need to spin once without betting. This is the first time we've had to do this. So it's basically on all 6 areas, you can't go 3 without hitting something. And that's a 34 red. So now we have a first 12, second 12, third 12, so we can't do that. And we have 18, 2, 34. So the 2's in the second column. The 34 is in the first column. And the 18 is in, so we're still in the same situation. Let's go ahead and spin again. Okay, that's a 10 black. Let's look at the last 3 now. And now we can bet on second 12 because the first 12 and third 12 all the numbers in the last three are in the first or third 12. Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 15 black. And that's a win. We're up 260. Now we have a 34, 10, 15. That includes all of first 12, second 12, third 12, so we can't do those. The 34 is in the first column. The 10 is in the first column. And the 15 is in the third column. So that means we go second column for 10.
No more bets.
And it hasn't hit in the last three. That's a 24 black. And that's a loss. We'll go from 10 to 20. Again, one of the aspects of this in Fibonacci is a little different because we don't go 10, 10, 20. We go 10, 20. And now we add up the 10 plus the 20 for a $30 bet on second column. Okay, here we go. That is a 12 red. That's a loss, so we add the 30 plus the 20 now, and we'll have a $50 bet on second column. And it's been a while since second column has hit now, and that's what that's the way we wanted it. And that's a 10 black. So now we're going to add up the 50 plus the 30, and we're going to have an $80 bet on second column.
No more bets.
And then we'll look and see what the last second column to hit was. That's a 5 red. Okay, and we got the win. So we hit the 5, and I think the one before that last hit was probably all the way down there. Actually, I don't see any of them. It's off the charts. That's how bad it is. So we're up 310 now. We're at 5, 10, and 12, so we go third 12 because it has not hit in the last three spins. We're 10 minutes in out of 15 with Estonian Roulette by KK, and we'll go from 10 to 20.
No more bets.
And after this, we just add up the two previous bets for our next bet. The high bankroll, the 2,310, and the small starting bet is probably a huge reason why KK hasn't lost yet. We're up 340. Let's go ahead now. We need three fresh numbers. We got to get rid of that double zero. That's a 19 red. Okay, let's do one more. Let's see what we get here. It's a 21 red. Okay, let's look at the numbers. We have 19, 21, and 29. So we'd be on first 12 because it's not included in the last three numbers hit. Here we go again. That is a 14 red. That's a loss at 10, so we'll go from 10 to 20. And again, after that, all we do is add up the two previous bets for the next one. That's a 23 red. That's a loss, so we go from 20 to 30. We're adding up the 10 plus the 20. So this is similar to Fibonacci 12. It's also similar to Play Like a Pro. It has a lot of different aspects of other systems in it. And a nice higher bankroll. We're going to add 30 plus 20. Now we'll have a $50 bet on first 12. Okay, that's a 1 red. And that's a win. Okay, so we're up 380 now. And let's see, we're on 130.23 now. That's included in all of first 12, second 12, and third 12. So it's time to look at the columns. The number 1 is in the first column. The 30 is in the third column. And the 23 is in the second. So we need to spin without betting.
No more bets.
All right, let's see if we can get something going here. And that's a 0. So now we need three fresh numbers. But that'll protect us from, something that might have been bad coming up there. The numbers look kind of crazy right now. So I'm okay getting three fresh spins in here. Look at all those reds and then that 0 to follow the reds. And again, when I was talking to you about Play Like a Pro earlier, a lot of times when the zeros come is also when you get a sea of one color for some reason, which is why a lot of times, and we're not going to place that bet. Let's go ahead and spin here. Which is why a lot of times you see someone lose their bankroll with zeros involved. Okay, we have three fresh numbers again. We're up 380, 13, 29, 33. That leaves out the first 12. So let's go first 12 for 10 and spin. We have 2 minutes left with this one, Estonian Roulette by KK. Again, he says it's never lost, which is incredible. It hasn't lost yet today either. But I'm going to be relying on you guys to test this out and let me know if it doesn't bust today, and if it continues to do well. Let me know how you guys did, as always. So we're going to go from 20 to 30. We're going to add up the two previous. Again, this is different than Fibonacci 12 because it doesn't start out 10-10, and it's different because of the aspects of Play Like a Pro. So we'll go from 30 to 50 now. All right, let's go ahead and spin on first 12. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. And that's a 24 black. Another loss, so we'll add 50 plus 30. Now we'll have 80 on first 12.
No more bets.
And spent. Here we go. Let's see where the last first 12 was. That's another loss, 32 red. So we'll go from 80. We'll add the 80 plus the 50. And we'll have a 130 total bet on first 12. The last first 12 that hit is not even on the board. That's how long it's been. So here we go again. And let's spin. That's a 28 black. That's another loss. So now we'll add the 130. Again, we add that plus 80 to get a 210 bet. And this system rewards you when you go up in the progression. So let's see if it is time for a low number. It's been a long time since we've seen a low number. And we lost again. So it's time to go up. This is why it's so important, the size of the bankroll with this one. So we're going to add 210 now plus the 130. 210, 310, 340. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And we finally got it. And we had more chances to go because his bankroll is, and we're up $530 now. His bankroll is $2,310, so a little bit bigger than some of them. So we would have had more chances to go there if we had lost, and unlike some systems with smaller bankrolls. But Estonian Roulette, like KK said it would, he said it beat any other system, and that he's never lost with it. And so far, it looks pretty good. We made $530 in 15 minutes. But I need you guys to test this out on your simulators. You can use Roulette Royale or whatever you like to use, and share your results in the comments with everyone in the community. That way, people will know before they take a system to the casino whether it's a good idea or not, because you're going to get a much larger sample size when you see a lot of people's results. So please share your results and test it out before you go to the casino. I never take a system directly to the casino without testing it on a simulator first. Number one, you're going to get comfortable with that system. And number two, you're going to get a feel of whether or not you like it or not, and if it's going to make money. So very, very important. And share your results in the comments as usual. Remember to send your systems, just like KK did with this one, to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And since I do a new one of these every single day of the week, 365 days a year at 7 a.m. Central Time, if you send it in, there's a really good chance we'll test it out. So send it in. Again, that's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. In the search for the best roulette system possible every single day of the week. And I share your guys' strategies and see which one's the best. I think it's a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying it as well. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.